Hello there and welcome to New Power Official. I feel that we all have that one game that we automatically associate with our childhood, and dare I even say defined our childhood. Anytime I think back about video games that make me nostalgic and make me miss being a little kid, there's one game in particular that always comes to mind. That game is Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1. That game is so special to me. This is a reason I am a big fan of Spider-Man all these years later. I often think about those nights sitting next to my older brother, watching him take on Mysterio and running away from Monster Aqua while we both yelled. Honestly, those were amazing times. I feel like right now is the perfect time to revisit this game and see what I think about it all these years later. Spider-Man was released for the PlayStation, Game Boy Color, and Nintendo 64 in the year 2000. It was released a year later for the Sega Dreamcast and Windows. It was also released on Mac 2 years after its original release date on the PlayStation. Spider-Man was developed by Neversoft and uses the same game engine as Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Fun fact, when saving Jameson from the Scorpion, you can see a TV on the floor playing gameplay from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Spider-Man is also a hidden character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. The earliest gameplay footage for Spider-Man appeared in a German disc demo and had significant differences to the final product, such as Scorpion's design and voice lines and a different opening sequence. The Rhino boss fight was also completely different. Spider-Man on the PlayStation, Dreamcast, and Windows included pre-rendered cutscenes, while the Nintendo 64 version had freeze frames and fewer voice lines due to the Nintendo 64's technical limitations. It's hard not to be biased as this game literally defined my childhood and is the reason I play video games to this day. That doesn't mean that Spider-Man is perfect. As a reminder, this is my opinion and my opinion only and doesn't reflect what you or anyone else thinks. Please let me know what you think of Spider-Man in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming retrospective reviews. The devs at Neversoft killed it with the presentation of Spider-Man. The menu alone is beautifully designed and feels very interactive. You have Spider-Man front and center doing all kinds of cool shit, like running in place. They definitely hit the mark with making the entire experience feel like a comic book, and so much is packed into this game. You have multiple suits with different abilities, you have collectible comic books, storyboards, a character model viewer. There is so much to see in the menu alone, which is insane. Speaking about character models, every hero, villain, and side character are very well designed. Obviously the graphics are extremely dated, but at the time this was like seeing a comic book come to life, and I still feel that way even to this day. Spider-Man isn't one of those older titles that feels too dated to enjoy when compared to modern graphics. The presentation alone makes it such an enjoyable experience. This game's charm makes it worth revisiting. The plot in Spider-Man is very straight to the point. Spider-Man has been framed and now he has to find out who is impersonating him and clear his name, all while trying to stop a literal symbiote invasion. The story is very simple, but honestly what makes this game so special is the inclusion of a great selection of Spider-Man villains as well as cameos from other Marvel characters. The two main villains are Otto Octavius and Carnage. They are preparing the world for symbiosis. Eddie Brock's Venom is seeking vengeance because they believe it was Peter Parker who ruined their camera during Spider-Man's impersonation. You also take on Scorpion, Rhino, and Mysterio. The cameos are so good. You have this interaction between Daredevil and Spider-Man where Spider-Man has to convince Daredevil that he is innocent, and just seeing a character like Daredevil interact with Spider-Man makes me wish we get this interaction in the MCU. Other awesome cameos are the Punisher, the Human Torch, and Captain America at the end of the game. There weren't any twists or surprises in the story, but sometimes greatness lies in simplicity. Spider-Man is a really fun game. Playing this again made me realize how far Spider-Man games have come, but even with the limited moveset compared to Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, I find the combat to be very satisfying. You have your regular melee attacks, but also a few special abilities, such as creating a sort of web cocoon that explodes, knocking all enemies back. You could also shoot web balls and create these hardened web wraps for your hands to increase the power in your hits. The boss fights are very hit or miss. You have the Scorpion boss fight that is extremely simple. You literally just beat his ass while protecting J. Jonah Jameson. The same thing with the Rhino fight and your first boss fight with Venom. They take place in enclosed spaces, and you either web them up and have to slap them up, or you have to have them run into something. Honestly, those boss fights were such a letdown. On the flip side, the boss fights versus Mysterio, Doc Ock, and Carnage took a bit more effort and had more depth, in which made them a joy to play through. Where this game really shines are the chase sequences. Either when you are running away from the police, you have literal helicopters shooting at you, or you have symbiotic Doc Ock chasing you through a building that's on fire that's blowing up. Overall, I personally believe that in terms of gameplay, the good outweighs the bad. Spider-Man is an incredible achievement in my eyes. It's a comic book brought to life and is worth picking up. But I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments below if you played the Spider-Man game and what you think of it. I also want to let y'all know that I have a new YouTube channel dedicated to fanfiction of all kinds, including Star Wars, Marvel, DC, anime, etc. So check it out if you are interested. You can find the link to the channel below. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching a new video with New Power Official.